Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, MeAdmiralStarks, and oh wow, I didn't even know you can kneel down with C. Well, it looks like you can. And the other thing I was gonna talk about, I didn't know you can come up here. This is right above your office room. Just here. And wow, what else can I do? I wonder why space is not jumping. Nevertheless, today we are gonna be looking at this steel tub. And this steel tub is the Blastolene Special, and it is something absolutely spectacular. $75,000 is the car value. We've got the interior and the frame fixed up, so it's all nice and shiny, and we got all the parts that we need to put this baby together. This in factory gives you around 1000 horsepower, but we're going to be using all the performance parts that we can. And yes, this is how long this thing is. Like, you can't walk through here because this is apparently where the model is. And I got all the bits and bobs, and I've put it together, and I dismantled it once again, and I want to put this together with you so you can see kind of all the weird things that this mod has if you ever want to try and play this yourself. Right, where's the... Right, we need to add... Right, okay. So, first things first, a lot of things just kind of float in the air. As you can see here, the sway bar and all that stuff. These two bits, the inner tie rod and the steering rack, should be connected, but they're not, because I guess they kind of had to keep the width of the car, so they decided just to leave a little gap. That's fine by me, I guess. And there are a few more bits that don't actually connect quite correctly, and I guess it's just purely because of the pure size of the thing. There's obviously it's extremely long, it barely fits in the garage, and then yeah, on the lift it looks weird, and then the other thing that doesn't quite fit together, like, to my knowledge, the end link sway bar, front end link, should be attached here to the sway bar, but obviously it doesn't quite reach that far. It's probably something to do with the width. Right, okay, I've put together some shock absorbers so we don't have to do that. And the last thing, I believe, in the front suspension, is there anything else in front suspension that doesn't really fit? I think it's pretty much it, apart from not having any real cross member, the front cross member that you would have normally on a car. You don't get it on this thing. Everything else is pretty much the same. There goes the hubcap, and this side is done. Right. Before we get to the wheels, they are absolutely ginormous, and I actually selected slightly larger wheels. With the rear tires, we're going full on slicks, because this thing is gonna, after all the performance parts, this thing is gonna make something like 1800 and a little bit more horsepower. So I just decided to go with slicks, and you can see the same on the other side. These bits don't really connect, and these bits doesn't really connect either, so but that's totally fine. You know, we're here in this game to have some fun, building some interesting cars, so that's what we're doing. The other thing I wanted to talk about is I'm completely changing the concept of the fast lap. I've got some mod maps for an ultimate speed test, which is really long drag straight, and then we got the Top Gear test track. So all the lap times we've had before, those are gonna, well, I'm gonna leave them in the description of those videos, but as of this one, we're gonna have a lap time of we're gonna have a lap time of the test track, of the Top Gear test track, and the top speed of the top speed track run, whatever you want to call it. Right, let's just get the fuel tank in here. It's in a nice place back here where I guess it would actually be. There goes the performance pump, sorry. And yeah, just because I've got all the bits and I don't have to buy anything, I'll literally show you everything. Maybe we'll skip some some bits on the engine build, just purely because this is gonna be a V12. Don't wanna spoil the show, but we're actually putting the engine from a DLC, or one of the official DLC cars, which is the Pagani, I believe the Zonda R. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a powerful one. And the second thing, well, not the second thing, but the first thing in the rear, this knuckle housing, to my knowledge, should probably be here. Yeah, by the shape, judging by the shape, it should fit in there, but it doesn't. So it's probably again something to do with the width of the car. Once you insert this what is a solid drive, yeah, it kind of fills in the gap, so it's not actually floating in the air, so that is totally fine. You get these drum brakes in the rear, and that's about it. Let's try and get to the other side. You see, this is nice and easy and quickly. Engine is still probably gonna take the most of the time to put together, just purely because it's a V12. Right, so that's okay. This thing here, these rear ends with the solid axle is quite quick to put these together. I haven't done any leaf spring rear end as of yet, but we'll probably get to that with some older and more classical cars. I mean, I guess you can say this is an old and classical car, and we're just putting a 21st century engine in it, the V12 from a Pagani. So I don't actually know if this thing in real life, I need to probably Google this. I don't actually know if this thing in real life had a V12. I've got a feeling that there's so much space. Either this thing is completely not accurate to the real life, which it very well could be. I think it could even house like a V16 or something. I don't think that's even a thing, but maybe this kind of new era engine is just smaller. I feel like this whole actually I could fit the body panel, so you kind of understand what I'm talking about. Fit this. See what I mean? Like, I feel like the engine would take up the whole space, but maybe the 21st century engines are quite tiny. So this is our engine block here. You can see nice V12 alignment. And before we start, we're gonna flip this baby around because we need to get to the crankshaft. There it goes. And obviously all the performance pistons goes in as well. And I guess, well, you've seen this many times before, and I'll probably just speed this through, including the rod caps and the crankshaft bearing caps. Right, that took no time at all, at least for you guys. There comes a massive oil pan, and I guess we're good to flip it back around. Nice. Anything else easy to add around? Alternator, obviously a performance one. What do we have here? Let's do the oil filter. This thing, and I guess we need to, right, we're gonna keep going with the head. All these performance parts, I've said it many times before, they look really nice, and when you will see the cover of this engine, you'll be like, damn, this is so Pagani, because it has this kind of goldish trim to the head covers. And then you get the coil covers that says, well, you will see what it says, but I'm gonna spoil it for you. It says, ooh, air filter goes in, yeah, performance, everything's performance. It says AMG Zonda R or something. So yeah, engine is gonna look absolutely beastie, and it is a massive engine. However, you'll see it doesn't really fit all that. Doesn't really fill all that space that much. It's You could have like I don't know, W whatever 16 probably. There's room for something like that. But we don't have this here, so right. So well, you know the plugs. The plugs just go in like this, and these little things. I've got 20 of those to do, so I'll just quickly speed through this. Okie dokie, so far so good, and let's go with the covers. And this is what I was talking about, this kind of goldish typical trim to a Pagani. This is gonna look absolutely insane. I'm not a big fan of these high power engine sounds, at least in this game. I mean, this is a mechanic simulator, so driving is okay, you know, you can drive your car, but yeah, and the sounds I don't think are very accurate either. Zonda R AMG, so basically fitting an ancient chassis with an AMG tuned V12. Right, what's up next? We could quickly do the manifolds, and then there's the part of the engine that I personally myself think is the most boring is the front, all the belts and chains and rollers and all of those things in the front of the engine. I just really dislike doing that part of the engine. There are a few things that I've not built, well, I've not fitted before, some different things. Obviously I haven't done a V12 in this channel just yet, and I'm gonna show you some of those bits. Why am I not able to zoom out? Right. We'll fit these real quick. The chain shoe, and yeah, so this chain cover, I believe you call it chain cover, as usually you get, well, for all the V8s I've built, you usually get the okay, you usually get it in one piece, but this thing has 3 pieces, so you get one piece here, the other piece come on this end, and you can probably guess the third piece come here. So yeah, there's 3 pieces, and then we should be able to fit the timing cover. Yeah, there's a little timing cover up here, which is something new to me. Then there's a water pump, which is massive, and it has 2 water pump pulleys, unlike usually you get 1. And there's a thermostat, which is the second engine I've been fitting with a thermostat of all the cars I've built. So yeah, that was kinda new to me as well. And this is what I was saying, you get 2 pulleys here in front. I mean, it's not so annoying to do this bit of the engine once you get all the parts, you know what I mean? If you don't have the engine, like in my case, I didn't even check the chassis when I found it in the junkyard. It didn't even, I came to the garage and it didn't even have the engine in it, so I really needed to buy every single bit for the engine. And it's really annoying if you don't know which one, roller A, roller B, whatever. Yeah, is that literally it, minus the clutch? Ooh, okay. That was fairly quick. Take off the engine, obviously in my hands, and we're gonna install. Okay, I don't need this thing anymore. Move equipment away. And this is how our engine is gonna look in this thing. You see what I mean? There's a space for another, like 4 cylinders or something. While we are kicking around here, we're gonna fill this with oil, and you can see the camera is looking a bit weird, and we're spilling a bit of oil because of the placement of the engine. Right, good. That's enough of the oil. What is next? So there is no option of fitting the exhaust, like fully exhaust to the end, because this model has, I guess you can say, the exhaust comes kind of from the body parts, like it's fake exhaust. So this is as far as it's gonna get. Hope the Zonda, the actual Zonda R, is gonna have those exhaust bits there for it, but this one doesn't, and we should have a gearbox. I take the custom gearbox because I have learned why do you need a custom one, so you can change the gear ratio or select how many gears you need. Yeah, I didn't know that, and in my mind it was just a much more expensive gearbox, which doesn't really give you much, but it turns out it does give you quite a bit if you want to tune the gear ratios and obviously what speed, what gear is selected, and so on. Right. Is that it? Can we fit the tires? Oh man, you're gonna see these tires and you'll be like, oh hell no. So these are 22 inch. The front ones are a bit smaller. We're gonna go with the not these two, 22 inch 335 in the width, and the profile is 65. I selected these kind of classy looking wheels because I thought they look nice, and these slicks that says Dominator. I almost want to call this car a Dominator. So I don't know what the YouTube title is going to be yet, but it might be the Dominator, right? Slightly narrower ones in the front, yeah, the 335 and 65. And I guess you need to select in the settings the unrealistic wheel size to be able to do this. The rear ones that I have still 22 inch 345, a little bit wider, and the profile is 80, so they're much more meaty. Look at that. Look at that tire. You could even go even wider if you really want to, but it's a big massive heavy tire already, so cool. Now we're gonna take this little puppy and move it to entrance A right here. And just as a perspective, this thing is absolutely massive, and you can see that chassis has the shadows, but the engine or the tires or any of that doesn't really have any shadows. I believe it's done. We only need to fit body parts, and it sounds very simple. It is very simple. You get your front end here, and then you can fit your headlights, which are really lovely. And let me know what you think. So these are the exhausts that I was talking about. Like, it comes up like this. However, there is an engine cover that goes on top of the actual engine that makes the car look like it has a different engine, and I'm not entirely sure if I like that. I almost would prefer to just leave it open. Wait, I was wondering, is this thing has any mirrors? Is this supposed to have any mirrors? I don't think it's supposed to have any mirrors. So, what I'm going on about right now, this is what it would look like. Let's go to photo mode. So you can see the exhausts come up here, the fake ones, and you can see the engine, and you can see the radiator from the top. And I like that you can see it from a side. However, what they're suggesting, you got an engine cover that goes on and fits like that. So basically, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this supposed to be a V10 or something? I honestly don't know. These are like fake turbos and stuff like that, and the top is covered. The top cover is really nice. I wish I could have the top cover to cover the filter, but this one kind of gets in the way of the engine. Oh, you can actually see the oil filter sticking through. So I almost think that this looks nicer, but then there's all this empty space here that is kind of annoying. So we're just gonna leave it on. Let me know in the comments what you think. Everything else is good. I think this is like a gear selector or something. Right, we need to the interior. We just have some Bentley seats, Bentley seats, and a Maserati steering wheel that I selected randomly. It turns out it's very similar to the original one. So that should be it. Let's step back, and this is our Dominator. Dominator is absolutely ready, and I know we've got the numbers and we've got the figures because I've done the engine before. There's really no point to do the dyno because it says the new power already. So factory, it was without any performance part. This thing was 1060 horsepower and something like 800 or whatever Newton meters of torque. And the car value, I mean, it has gone up, and insanely 680,000 plus 136. If we would want to sell this, we would get near enough just over 3/4 of a million, which I'm not entirely sure if I want to sell this car. We're not going to do dyno, therefore. However, I wonder if we want to paint it in any other color. I like this silver looking, so we're just gonna go ahead and have a look if any color actually looks good. Oh my Jesus. Well, it fits but it does. Massive lag there. Right. Set current, set factory. So this is the factory color. Right, okay, so you are not supposed to be painting this car. There's really nothing, you can't even change the type or anything, so you're not supposed to paint this mod, which is okay. I don't mind. The way it looks like, it's like a aluminium. Oh my god, like the British and Americans are gonna kill me. Aluminum? Aluminum? Whatever, one of those. Just pick the one that you like the better. I like how it looks. Not such a big fan of that cover, but it fills in this little gap. So what we're gonna do now, so from now on, no more racetrack. That track, I don't like the track. We're gonna go to the workshops. This car, we're gonna take it to the ultimate speed test, which I'm not gonna talk because it's I always say I'm not gonna talk while I'm driving because it's really loud, and then I'm yelling in the mic, but I'm probably will be talking. So let's go. This car has a potential of near enough of 400 kilometers an hour. Okay, let's slow down, let's slow down, turn. Oh no, there's police here. Oh, you can see how suspension is working nicely. So that was 384 kilometers an hour, and I can say that in one of my test runs I managed to get it up to 386. I wonder if you can do donuts in this thing. Ooh, there's a massive car park here. Let's see if we can do donuts. Right, these slicks are these slicks are extremely grippy. And now the second test. We're here in the Top Gear test track. This is gonna be the track we're gonna use for all the official tests from now on, as I said. And yeah, let's just go. almost saved it. Brake, 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 brake. There we go. 1 minute 14.449. That was a mad lap. Those cones are getting in the way real badly, and it's really narrow for this car, but it was really cool. There we have it. Oh wow, the engine cover looks so much better in this light because it's kind of black and steel. And I noticed that the rear wheels are not actually attached. If you have a quick look there, you see the solid axle is not even there. So, but yeah, it was definitely a fun build to do. So there's absolutely no way I'm selling this car, so this is gonna go straight to the parking. And talking about parking, we could actually go and have a little look to the parking and see what we have. So we are down in my parking. You remember this little build here. There's a video on my channel. Absolutely stunning little thing. Love this. The way it looks and the way it drives is really nice. There is one car that you haven't seen, which is this Audi RS5. I have done this in my free time, and I was just wondering if maybe I could just strip it down and do a little build. This thing has a whatever, this is a V8, not a V6. It's a pretty little car, and just as a perspective, you can see how much bigger this thing is compared to a normal car. So yeah, this Mama Jamma is absolutely huge. Yeah, and the next video we can do either a barn find or a junkyard, just a little junkyard raid. We can find actually really cool cars in the junkyard lately. So this is where I got this, and well, this is where I got all of these. So yeah, probably gonna sell the Audi at some point. Maybe need to do a video on it, or maybe just wait till I find a new one, so we can actually restore it properly. And thank you very much for watching. Yeah, this mod, as you know, I've told you, has many little things that don't quite fit together, and some things that I might be missing, but it works and it's fun to do. So yeah, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss any of the future uploads. And that's all from me. See you in the next one. Bye bye.